everybody, my name is Ross and I'm going to be talking a little bit about NFT gaming using smart contracts, Loot and Rarity for example. You probably have heard of Loot. What is Loot? It is literally just a JPEG that looks like that, literally with just random stuff, mace, demon husk, great helm, and it's selling for lots and lots of ETH, thousands and thousands of dollars, some of them upwards from 954,000 US dollars a piece. Just this costing more than $1 million. That seems incredible, but welcome to crypto where the incredible is every day. And so what happens was this guy named Dom Hoffman, he created this contract which just mints random adventure gear. No images or stats, intentionally omitted for others to interpret. No fee, just pay gas, 8,000 in total. It just looks like that. That's it. So you mint this on your own, right? So they're literally just NFTs with a list of random stuff, and it's going crazy online. It's just one of the crazy things about crypto. You don't have to understand it for it to work sometimes. And I'm going to explain a little bit about Andre over here. So Andre did something called Loot and Rarity. So he was inspired by Loot, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit more. So Loot came first. Loot was quite an interesting concept of just, people minting their own random NFTs, right? Which was just literally just a list of words, right? Random generated list of words. And then Andre did something called Rarity, which I'm going to explain a bit more in detail. So he said, what Dom did with Loot was truly inspiring and blah, 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 blah. So with that in mind, he created something called Rarity. So this is the contract. I'm going to click on this smart contract that you can see. Oh, before I go there, I'll just open that in a new tab for now. So he's doing open new tab. Okay, so it was inspired by Loot, but a different core mechanic approach. Anyone can create a summoner, but there are no limits. It doesn't cost anything other than gas fees. Once a day per summoner, a summoner can adventure, earning 250 XP. Once you have earned the required amount of XP to advanced level, you can level up. So what's going on here is that basically, I found this really hard to understand. I want you to imagine it this way. So what's happening is that, think of a game. Like I thought of this nostalgic game, RuneScape. How many of you remember RuneScape? Okay, when I played it was like really, really nostalgic. Like really, it used to look like this, right? It used to look like this. It was RuneScape. That was like the height of gaming when I was growing up, right? And so imagine yourself as a character from RuneScape. So think of yourself as a character, in this game, this massive game. And what he's done is that he's created a smart contract for you to mint a character, right? That's kind of what he's doing, right? It doesn't seem that way from looking at the numbers, but that's exactly what they're doing, right? So this is the smart contract. This is the code that's there, right? And what you're doing is that you're minting sort of like a character. That's the easiest way that I can use to sort of like visually explain it. And so if you go here to contract and you go to write contract over here, and what you're going to do is we're going to connect our wallet, right? Connect to Web3. So Web3 is basically to our wallet, our MetaMask wallet. So it says Web3 Phantom Network. Why? Because he's done it on Phantom. So my MetaMask, as you can see, is on Ethereum, right? I've got only $1 Ethereum. It's very sad, but it's okay. So I've already put my Phantom wallet. How do you do that? You have to click custom RPC, and you have to put the network name, RPC, chain ID, currency, and so on and so forth. In fact, I believe he did it. Some of the details are down here. If you scroll down here, you can see, what do you use? I just Googled online, like how to add FDM to MetaMask, right? That's the easiest way to do it. And then just use something like that. Yeah, I think I use this website. So just follow the instructions here. Follow all of this, copy this Phantom Opera, or whatever the network is, 250 FDM, and copy and paste that. And just put that into your MetaMask over here. And then you would have your FDM over here. So I'm going to switch to FDM now. So you can see I'm on FDM. So I've got a little bit of FDM. I asked a friend of mine to help send some to me. It's really cheap. It's not that expensive. It's like one FDM is like slightly over $1, right? And where can you get FDM? So you can actually check out CoinGecko. Go to CoinGecko. Just type FTM, and it's called Phantom, right? FTM is the ticker symbol, right? It's just $1.21. It's fine. Okay. So and you don't need much because it's really cheap transaction fees. Where can you get FDM? You can check out here. Binance, DigiFinex, VCC Exchange. See all the trading pairs. Are there more? I think Uniswap as well. Yeah, so there are other places you can get it. KuCoin, Uniswap, and so on and so forth, right? So those are all the places you can get it from. It's pretty cheap on Binance because the withdrawal fees are cheap. I tried Uniswap, but swapping fees on Ethereum were too expensive at night. In Malaysia, I'm at like 2 a.m. super expensive. Anyway, so I got a friend to just send me like 0.1, and I was able to do some transactions. Now 0.07. It's really, really cheap. You just need about 5 to 10. Like I think he even puts it here. You only need about 5 to 10 FTM to keep you going for months, right? And so there's some instructions here on how you can buy some. That's great. So what we're doing is we are summoning your summoner, right? And you have to choose a class of creature, not creature, but player, right? So barbarian, bard, cleric, druid, fighter, monk, paladin, ranger, rogue, sorcerer, wizard, right? So I'm a magician, so I love sorcery and wizardry and stuff like that. So I was really confused because I've never done something like this before, and like done all of this. Oh, let me connect to my Web3 wallet since I've already switched to Phantom. So you can see it's connected, right? So it's connected. So what I'm doing is I'm interacting with the code. All of these things are for me to interact with the smart contract, right? Here, you can actually, under the code, this is the code, right? And I'm interacting with the code. How do I interact? Thankfully, on FTM scan, which I believe is based on Etherscan, you can interact with it. So it's not the first part here. It's actually down here. Where is it? 6, 7, 8. Here we go. So summon, right? So we want to summon a character, right? Over here. We want to summon one of these characters. So again, it's hard when it's just in text to imagine it. So I imagine it like this. I'm imagining myself summoning or minting like a RuneScape character kind of thing from this smart contract. I'm summoning it, right? So let me show you an example of what that looks like. So remember, we've got all the different categories here. So I'm going to go for I've already got the wizard and the sorcerer. So I forgot, I had 3, I forgot 1. So I'm going to go for a fighter. Let's get a fighter, right? So I'm going to go for a fighter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click number 5, right? So I'm going to summon number 5. Yeah, so I'm summoning the fighter, right? I'm summoning the fighter from the smart contract, right? This is kind of like what's going on behind the scenes. I'm going to click right, and it's going to pop up my MetaMask, which is on FTM currently, right? How much is the fee? 0.00882. Really, really tiny fee. Okay, confirm. Okay, you can view a transaction. Should be okay. Sometimes this happens. It says unable to locate. Don't worry, that just means it needs time to detect it. Okay, done. It's success. It's really, really fast. Really, really fast. And what's basically been happening here, so it's confirmed. What's basically happened here is that my tokens have transferred from this address to this address, which is my address. This is my address, and which is the token ID 124561. So this is my token ID. Essentially, this is like the NFT. So imagine like this. In NFT form would look like this, right? It's just a token ID. I don't have a picture of it. I just know that it's there, right? How do I know that it's there? I can actually add. So if you look at my MetaMask, you won't see any tokens here. Where is my character, right? I don't see a picture of my character or my NFT, right? So it can be difficult if you don't see something like this. It's hard to understand where it is. So what we need to do is we need to add the token. So how do we add it, right? So we always go to the contract address. Where's the contract? Okay, so here's the contract. This is my account. I'm interacted with this contract. So I'm going to click on the contract. You can see the name is Rarity Manifested. All right. So I'm going to copy the contract over here. Right click copy address to clipboard. Okay, we go to my MetaMask. Okay, I'm going to paste the contract address. Right. Token symbol RM automatically. It says token decimal required. Now it says token decimal can be found at FTM scan. I have no idea where they put the token decimal. Maybe it's just me. I don't know where it's written. It's under analytics. Let me just quickly take a quick look. No, where is it? I don't know where they write the token contract. However, keep in mind that this is an NFT. NFTs are non-fungible, so it should be 0. And it's not a fractional NFT. 0 because it just represents one thing, right? One thing. So you don't need any decimals. Click next. And ta-da! You can see here, I've got 4. So I minted 3 earlier, plus the 1 that I just minted on video, right? So I've got 4 characters, right? So again, I've got 4 of these characters. 2 wizards, 1 I forgot, and the other one was a fighter, right? I just minted. So I'm going to click add tokens. And here, I can see in my account. So here I've got my 4 assets. These are basically my 4 characters that I've summoned, right? I've summoned these 4. 1 sorcerer, 1 wizard, 1 fighter, and the other one, I can't remember which one it was. Anyway, so then I was reading through and stuff like that and how I have to figure it out. So, yeah, so what you want to do is you want to send them on an adventure, right? So as he said here, you can, where is it? Adventure, right? So just like when you play a game, okay? Just like when you play a game like RuneScape or something, one of those games, you have quests, you have adventures, right? Your characters go on adventures. You want the NFT that you own, right? These four characters, quote unquote, can I draw quotes, to go on an adventure, right? You want them to go on an adventure. Sorry, I'm not using a mouse. But anyway, so you want them to go on an adventure, and once per day, a summoner can adventure, earning 250 XP, 250 XP. So how do you send them on an adventure, right? Because you want them to do stuff. Now, we are not looking at an actual game. We are looking at the smart contract. So we're basically trying to figure out from the code, right, how it goes behind the scenes, right, of a game. So how do we do an adventure? First, let's find our NFT contract address. So how do we find that? Okay, we go to my latest activity, which was summon, right? I summoned an NFT. So I'm going to go to this, go to this contract, click that little arrow. So my contract ID is 124561. 124561. Just copy that. Don't put the brackets in. And now I'm going to go to the contract. So I have the contract address, right? Remember the contract we looked at? Contract, write contract. Okay. So what I'm going to do is connect to Web3 again. I want to send him on an adventure, right? Him, her, whoever it is, right? So here you can see adventure. So that's what I'm going to send my summoned NFT to, right? This is my fighter. I want to send my fighter on an adventure, right? Every day, this NFT goes on an adventure, right? And it gets 250 XP. So I'm going to click write. Again, just pay really, really, really small gas fees. It's really cheap, 0.01. Right? It's cheap. Click confirm. And let's view our transaction. It's probably going to say not there yet. It's fine. Just click view again. Wait a few seconds, and okay, it's not there yet. One more time, let's see, come on. There we go, success, right, success. So it's interacted with the contract again from my wallet to this contract, okay? And it doesn't really give you the details here. So again, it doesn't show you what's going on, but as long as you keep in mind what you interacted with, you're fine, right? So you interacted with the adventure contract, meaning you sent your character. So just imagine one of these is a fighter, your character, you send them on a little adventure, quest somewhere, right? I don't know where they are, they're somewhere in the smart contract. Right now, that's essentially what you're gonna do. Now, of course, he says you can earn XP and stuff like that. Once you have the required amount of XP to advance the level, you can level up. You can earn feats and spell slots, and so feats and spells are here. These are beyond my knowledge. As time progresses, they're going to add more stuff. I don't really understand how all of this works yet, but this is what I've understood so far. Basically, you can follow him on Twitter, I guess, right? And it was actually thanks to this user, Skinveston. So thank you very much, Skinveston. Really helped me understand like what I'm supposed to do and stuff like that. But now that I've sent them on an adventure, how do you see how much XP you've earned? I have no idea, right? Basically, it's all here. So I guess, where can you see it? I guess, I don't know, how much XP do I have? Spent XP, okay. I don't know. So I guess maybe if I read the contract. Okay, so I guess, this should be, I think, adventure log. Let me try and paste my MetaMask address. Let's see whether that works. So it's supposed to read from my address, I guess. No adventure log. Balance off. So how much balance off? Okay, yeah, so the balance off part is how many summoned characters I've got. So I've got 4. So that's right. So balance off is how many characters you've got. Remember, I'm under read contract. Okay, let's see what else we have. Class. Okay, let's see. Paste that query. No, it doesn't show me. I think I have to put my ID there. No, I think this should be my... Okay, so what I probably have to do is I have to take the token ID. So let me find my token ID, which was... where was my token ID? You can always go back to your... This is my wallet, right? So I always can go back to here, summon. This is my token ID. Oops, sorry. Okay, so let's take the token ID and, let's go to classes. Does it show me? Let me test this out. No, that's not it. Maybe this one. 5. Okay, great. So I've got my token ID. I know that it's class 5. Okay, perfect. So what is class 5? If I ever forget, it's on his Medium post here. So 5 is the fighter. So again, okay, so I remember now. I forgot what my third one was. And so to do that, I go back to my address. Okay, let's go to my third summoned one. So I've got summoned first. This is the, I think I went from down up. So wizard, sorcerer. So I know this is the wizard. This is my sorcerer that I summoned. This one, I forgot this one. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to get the token ID. And let's go and figure out who this guy is. Guy, girl, doesn't matter. Right? Okay, here we go. Query. Number 9. Okay, what was number 9? Jang, jang, jang. It was a rogue. Okay, so I went to a rogue. right? I've got a rogue, fighter, wizard, and sorcerer. So that's a rogue. Classes, okay, I'm not sure what this one, what kind of class is it? If it's not my contract address, what am I looking for? Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, I get it. This is giving me a string value, so it's going to give me words. What I should be typing is like number 1. And it should give me a word. Barbarian, right? Okay, so these are the classes. I put number 1, it comes out barbarian. Okay, so here we're all learning so much together, right? So this is amazing. I'm glad I did this video. Let's say I put 11, so that would be my wizard or sorcerer. Wizard, right? What happens if I put 12? Okay, there's nothing, so 12 has not been coded. 100. Maybe you put like a Easter egg somewhere. 2021. No, that'd be quite fun if I just discovered an Easter egg somewhere. Nope. Okay, I guess not. Anyway, no worries. Token ID, I'm not sure what this is. Let me put my address in and see what happens. I don't think I can. Well, this query doesn't do anything. It just. Okay, I'm not sure what that is. Address, level. Oh, okay, so that's interesting. Is this my address or my token ID? So I guess maybe it's my token ID. So let's take my token ID. This is the rogue. Does it show me what level I am? Oh, I'm level 1. Okay, great. Okay, so now you can guess. Okay, not guess, but you can check your levels. Let's see if my my wizard has a higher level. It shouldn't be. It should just be level 1. So, okay, this is pretty interesting, right? So it's like, you know, when you play a game, you have a proper interface that, you know, shows you what your levels are and stuff. Okay, it's also level 1, right? So when you play a game like RuneScape, for example, you can see, you know, a little bar saying what your levels are, and stuff like that. You've got your HP, your health, what stats and skills you have, and it's all visual and it's easy to understand. But actually what's happening behind the scenes is this. This is basically the same thing. It's just that you're looking at it in terms of numbers, right? Rarity, name, what else is there? Token ID. Let me see if I can put my address there, see what happens. And I mean, you can just play around with it. You can't really do anything, you know. Non-existent token. Should I put my token ID? Or it will show me where my address is, I think. Yeah, so put my token ID, I get my address, not the other way around. Summoner. Okay, so let me put my token ID. This is going to tell me my XP. Okay, great. So, okay, fantastic. This gives me all the information I need. So I'm a level 1 player. My class is 11, which was wizard, right? So I'm a level 1 wizard, right? And I've got 250 XP. Okay, you can ignore all of this. Hexadecimal, you just have all these extra zeros. You can just ignore it. It's 250, as you can see here. As he said, you get 250 XP. Sorry, not that one. That's a chain ID. 250 XP, right, on an adventure. So that's pretty cool, right? So essentially what I'm doing here is I'm reading what I would usually see here. I'm a wizard, I'm level 1, I've got 250 XP, right? That's when you play a game, you see all those things, right? But here you don't see those stats, right? Those stats are, you know, like in RuneScape, for example, you see all your stuff here that you've got to do things with and to play games with. But here it's not like that. It's in the smart contract, which is pretty cool. Token URI, I don't know what this is. Let's see what this is. Is this something like what it looks like? JSON. Okay, maybe I can convert this. I'm not sure how to do that. Okay, I'm not sure. That's slightly beyond my level. Okay, let's see my XP. So here it should be 250 millimeter. We can ignore all the zeros. It's 250, so I know. Current level XP required to the next level. Okay, so how much XP is required to the next level? Wow, I'm teaching myself so much. This is so cool. All right, so XP to next level is... okay. Is there a... hold on. How many zeros am I supposed to ignore? Am I supposed to ignore all of that? If I just take that, then it's 202. No, it can't be right. Let me try a different token ID and see whether that makes a difference. If that's all the XP I need, then I'm going to need a lot of XP. A lot of XP. Let's go back to the contract address. So this is to the next level. Okay, it's the same. So maybe it is true. So that's a lot of XP. Okay, I'm not sure if I have to ignore all of these zeros. Let me double check. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 zeros. Okay, I have to ignore 18 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh, sorry, 18. Hey, that seems odd. I have to get that much XP. Okay, I have to check. Maybe Andre can explain if he wants to explain, or maybe it's true. Maybe that is the amount of XP I need. If it is, that's a frightening figure. It'll take me a long. If that really is the number, it can't be the number. Okay, maybe someone can help me check that out. 202 9705 9705 041 041. Let's assume all the zeros are not necessary. Divide by 250. Whoops, by 250. Take me. Ooh, that'll take me a long time. That's a long time. 8,000 divided by 365. It'll take me, oh my goodness gracious me. 222,433 years. Okay, that can't be right. That can't be right. I must be making a mistake. Never mind. If anybody can clarify what this means, XP to the next level, I'm sure I'm reading this wrong. It's probably just the first few digits or something like that. But anyway. So yeah, that's basically it. And as the game progresses, other things are going to be coming in, feats and spells. I don't know how they're going to work. Craft magic and armor and stuff like that. So essentially you're playing a game like this. You're crafting magic items, armor, spells, weapons, whatever. But instead of looking at it visually, you're looking at it from a contract. Isn't that incredible? I mean, it's literally just, it's all in the code. It's all in the code. I think that's so cool. I mean, this is mind-blowingly interesting to me because I'm new to all of this. It all started with Loot, right? So Loot inspired a lot of it. But Andre is making sort of like a mechanism that gives it kind of like a gamified system, whereas Loot was kind of random, right? So again, if you want to do it, just go to write contract and don't go to summoner. Summon. Go and summon. There we go. So summon a class of character, right? One of these. Just put one of those numbers. You get it. I don't think there's a hard limit. And once you do that, send them on an adventure by putting in their ID and then write them into an adventure, right? So that's pretty cool. I don't know what the other things do. I'm assuming level up and stuff. What happens if I click level up? So let's see. If I take my ID, I haven't really explored all of this. Is like new to me, right? What's going to happen? I don't know if it will work though. Okay, that's a bit odd. 156 million or something. 1,561,000. Okay, that's a bit weird. Okay, I don't know why that works or does not work. I'm not sure how that is working. And yeah, I'm just gonna summary XP, right? Okay, so I'm gonna leave that for now. If you guys can do a tutorial on how to read and write on the smart contract in more depth than me, please do so. I would love to learn more, and hopefully maybe Skin Western and I can work together on a video. That'd be pretty cool. So yeah, I hope that taught you guys a little bit about how to get your Rarity character, right? Get your character, send them on an adventure, get some XP. Who knows what the future holds? We don't know, and who knows? You know, the future is bright for NFT gaming. This is pretty interesting. I hope you learned something new, right? I didn't really have time to write this, so you know. Go to the contract, summon a character, send them on an adventure, right? And if you learn more, share it with all of us, right? So I'm just a beginner. I don't know much. So please, teach me as well. I'm more than happy to learn. I'm pretty excited. Hope you learned something interesting about this whole NFT gaming thingy using smart contracts. And all the best, you guys. Yeah.